Good evening and welcome back to the One Celtic Fans View this evening. Only Celtic would try and undo Trump in America when it comes to negative headlines. There's only one football club in the world that would look at the negativity coming out of America for the World Cup and go, do you know what? We can do one better than that. We can do it better tonight. This is the picture of Martin O'Neill. Martin O'Neill flying back into Glasgow Airport. Martin O'Neill. We can do it better tonight. I've seen various rumours and speculation, and I've got to say, that picture of Martin O'Neill, if there's one person that you don't want to piss off, it's the gaffer, isn't it? He looks pissed. He looks pissed off. Like, really pissed off. Like, if he was 20 years younger, he'd have throat punched you. Seriously. He looks as if he's it's a cross between John McClane and Rambo in his eyes, isn't it? That look from Martin O'Neill. What is Celtic playing at? One of the conversations I had, people believe that Martin O'Neill never actually committed fully, but it was picked up with someone who then leaked it to the press and saying that he was on board. It's a shit show, isn't it? It is. I've never. Do you know? You take the day off when you're trying to do some work stuff, and Celtic just. Oof, he's off to the World Cup. Definitely heading out of Glasgow. That's Martin O'Neill checking out. Well, there's one thing for sure. Celtic still have not made an announcement to the stock exchange. Martin O'Neill has not been confirmed by Celtic to the stock exchange as it stands this evening. Now, today, another fantastic day as far as the Celtic board are concerned, because the stock price hit a high. Yeah, it hit a high again. That alert came up on my phone actually today that the Celtic stock price had hit a high, and it makes you wonder what's going on. Celtic stock price at a 5-year high. Martin O'Neill not confirmed as manager. Martin O'Neill, it is alleged, had not agreed to become the Celtic manager. And whoever put the information out that he had agreed to become Celtic manager hit the starting lot before the gun was fired. Yeah, it was Stephen McCowan, but who was Stephen McCowan given the information from? It had to be leaked by someone. He's leaked information before when it's regards to Celtic. I'm going to get the original post from Friday. Now, you've got to remember, he is also in America. He flew to America himself. He is in the United States covering the Scotland World Cup stuff. But on Friday, he was the one that leaked. If I could just find it. Oh, wait a minute. He seems to have taken it down. No way. Has he taken the tweet down? 5th. Don't tell me he's taken the tweet down. Unless anybody else can find it. Is that picture AI generated? No, it was taken in Glasgow Airport. Why would you think it was AI generated? Anyway, Danny Cassie is in house. No, it's not AI. Someone's jumped the gun. Michelle, go and see if you could find the original tweet, because I can't. I'm going to say that it looks like he has deleted the original tweet. I'll go onto his page, make it easier. 3rd of June. 5th of June. Yeah, it's there. RT. Martin O'Neill has agreed to become Celtic's manager on a permanent basis, following talks with Dermot Desmond. So there is the tweet. This is the tweet that caused everything on the 5th of June. Who leaked the information to Stephen McGowan? You would think that people like the Celtic Way would ask these questions. They are owned by the Herald Group. There's more chance of the Rangers Review telling you what's going on, to be honest. I think it's unbelievable. If the stories are to be true that's coming out tonight, that Martin O'Neill had not 100% agreed to become the next Celtic manager. Now, I will go to the stock exchange. Now, this is where Celtic have to put out the information when it comes to regards of change of manager, etc., etc. And show more news. This is the last information that was put out on the stock exchange. I'll move this here. Director retirement, interim report. Wilfred Nancy leaves Celtic. And you can see the dates that these were all put out and the times. Now, the significance of the time is the time that is lodged. The Wilfred Nancy one. Wilfred Nancy appointment. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. on the 4th of December 2025. Wilfred Nancy leaves Celtic. 3 p.m. on the 5th of January. Interim manager appointment. The 6th of January, 7 a.m. The fact that they have not told the stock exchange whom the next manager is means that it's not done and dusted. This is unbelievable. Only Celtic. Big Rab, you did say on Friday night, you did say I'm not believing anything about not about Martin O'Neill. No, Gary. Right, wait a minute. When top journalists like Stephen McCowan say that it's done and dusted, when Sky, they can't come out and just say it's done. Right? There's litigation, there's all sorts of stuff could happen. Right? There is no way that a journalist can come out and say, and Sky, they would have to have had verified confirmation before they come out and say it in public. Because then they would be the laughing stock. You know, so saying that you think you would all learn. Nobody at Celtic said they took the job. Just because Sky and a couple others say it, you believe it. I believe that someone at Celtic leaked the information. That is the more probable scenario. Loose lips sink ships and all that. It's the story doesn't come from nowhere. The story doesn't come from Martin O'Neill. The story doesn't come from some made up wee dude sitting in his house. Oh, I'm going to put it out to a journal that Martin O'Neill's been made manager. There's no smoke without fire. Do they have to update the London Stock Exchange about Martin O'Neill when he's kind of already in that position? Yes, because they noted the stock exchange that it was an interim manager appointment. Here is the official document that Celtic sent to the stock exchange. And 5th of January 2006, Celtic FC. Martin O'Neill appointed as interim manager until the end of the season. Celtic can confirm that Martin O'Neill will be joining the club as interim manager until the end of the season. The season's done and dusted. You know, this nonsense that it ends in June. It doesn't. It ends at the end of May, any contract. Martin will be supported by Sean Maloney and Mark Fotheringham as his assistant, Steve McManus, who will join our existing coaches, Gavin Strachan, Stevie Woods, Greg Wallace, to oversee first team matters. Inquiries. The information has to go out through the stock exchange. The information generally gets leaked before it goes to the stock exchange. That's how this works. That's how it's always worked. That's how journalists get the information, because they get a friendly phone call from someone within inside the hierarchy of Celtic. And someone at Celtic needs their balls kicked, or as we were just sitting talking to Americans, and this American woman sitting around the table said, "I love the way that you Scottish use the word cunt. You made a right cunt to that, haven't you? You guys are good cunts." And left me and the missus in absolute hysterics. There's one thing for sure: Celtic have made an absolute cunt of this one. Sorry to use that word at this time of night, but if an OAP American pensioner can use it in front of me this evening, sure as hell I can. Now, the other information that's come out through the stock exchange, people saying that does it need to be released onto the stock exchange? Every piece of information. Wilfred Nancy leaves. Issued share capital. Interim report. Director retirement. You can click on these. Don't know. When it is top level stuff with the business, Celtic Football Club today announced Tom Allison has retired from the board. 15th of April. There is only one club in the world that can say, do you know what? There's a lot of negativity going about the World Cup. Let's see if we could beat it. Anyway, let's get into your comments this evening. And tell me what you think about the ongoing situation at Celtic. Tell me what you think about Martin O'Neill. Did he fly into Glasgow today to slap somebody about the cootum? Or did they turn up and say, "You stupid cunt, what are you doing?" I still can't believe it. We're sitting at a table, do you know what I mean? And this woman just goes, "Yeah, I love the way you Scots use the word cunt." Fuck me. My day has been one of those days, to say the least. And then Celtic go and do this anyway. And there's not much other news going around this evening. It's only going to be a quick one. The big news is that Celtic look as if they're royally ballsed up somewhere. Martin O'Neill still to this evening. Now my 5-year-old is running about the living room shouting cunt. Ay. I'm going to. Martin should have been revealed as manager, not leaving. Check who was trading the shares you spoke about the other night. Maybe you'll find out the culprit. Well, there's people from Edinburgh cunts. Of all the words that Scots are known for, and there was two elderly couples that were on vacation from South Carolina, and women just came straight out with it. Yeah, I love the way the way that you Scots use the word cunt. in just everyday language. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. But anyway, getting back to the share price, because when you look at we can look at the shares that were traded. Trade recap. I'll go back a page. See how much shares have been traded today. Oh, someone sold their shares for 256 pence. Oh, somebody really, quite a few people today actually, taking the plunge and punting their shares. Volume 53, 26, 54. Volume nil. 13, and then 2,000. Oh, somebody sold 2,000 shares today, and another 1,000 shares off book. Interesting. 2,000 shares, 1,000 shares, 5 grand. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody sold 430 odd. Where was the big one? 2,000. There seems to be there seems to be this regular number of 2,000 shares getting sold. You can't tell me that there's individuals sitting with 2,000. There's two people sitting exactly with 2,000 shares that both sell them on the same day. There's something going on at Celtic. Something going on at Celtic, because I'm not buying it. 1,000, 7,000 shares, 7,700. 18 grand's worth. And there's the big one that happened on Friday. Over £1 million worth of shares sold, which has led to a dramatic rise in the share price. Now, whilst you may think that the share price is not important to the average Celtic fan, it is, because it is all to do with what's going on at Celtic at the moment, with the Willie Hockey situation, with the Martin O'Neill situation. Who is the manager? Is Martin O'Neill the manager? Celtic still haven't made an announcement to the stock exchange. They have to legally inform the stock exchange. Something's went on, and we're left in the dark as Celtic fans, as always. If Martin O'Neill wasn't taking it, he'd have came out and said by now. Who would Martin O'Neill said to? No. Martin's just going to London to finish his coffee. It'll be cold. Check the trading. I don't know how to do that, mate. Maybe there's someone that does do that. That picture doesn't look like a man that's the new manager. He looks, I've said it before, he looks, that's not somebody that's entirely happy. Like that's somebody that's been fucking, there's a wee bit of rage, a bit of Martin O'Neill rage going on there. But anyway, not that I would want to upset him anymore. He is due back in Kirkcaldy on Friday night. I will get my brother to ask him. I'll even get my brother to phone me when he's standing next to Martin O'Neill. He done that with John Hartson once, and I was in a restaurant eating my dinner, and I'm like, "Yes, my brother. Okay, what's he want? Somebody to talk to you, John Hartson." All right, John. It's most biz. I'm sitting eating my dinner. I'm not kidding. I was sitting in a Thai restaurant in Torrevieja. Most bizarre thing ever. Anyway, let's jump into some of the comments. Could be worse. Could be in Belfast where it's kicking off. My thoughts are with everyone in Belfast after. Like, I don't care what side of the divide the guy was from. Do you know what I mean? It is. What happened last night was just unbelievable. This is starting to do my head in. It's starting to do my head in. I'm not convinced of an ongoing anything at Celtic. Seems to be Nothing seems to be happening. Well, why aren't Celtic announcing? So you're now saying that Sky News and Steve McCowan were lying, and all the other media. Why? If the media have lied and they've said, Martin O'Neill's manager, it has to have come from a source that is known to be a Celtic employee. Media can't just make shit up when it comes to manager appointment stuff. This will just split the fans, as it always does. He was photographed heading to departures. Even better, he's way down the road to see the missus. What do you mean you've taken the Celtic job? You never fucking told me. Throat punch for Martin. Really peeved that the Celtic board still haven't defended their club and supporters. Is it not the case he was leaving Glasgow rather than arriving? Could be. But if he's been in Glasgow then, right? Here's the other scenario. If he's been in Glasgow, if he's accepted the manager's job, why isn't it been reported to the stock exchange, and why hasn't it been admitted by the club, and why hasn't there been something put out on social media? That's all we can ask as fans. That was Martin O'Neill at the airport. Baz, when was the last time you can remember having a nice summer without hundreds of drama? Do you think drama would have been as negative back in the day? If we had all this access to the internet, mate, the drama was worse back in then, because we had to believe the media, because the media reporters were best friends with directors and stuff. So they would call a press conference on the Friday, and the journalists, because they were the ones that got the word out in those days. Do you know, back in the dark ages, we'll call it. Journalists were the ones that put out the information to the masses, to the scum like us. Do you know? And the special journalists maybe got to have lunch, a bit of luncheon. That's where the whole succulent lamb stuff came from, didn't it? Back in the day. We don't know. This is the thing. We don't know. We're now saying, has someone told a lie to Sky? Has someone said something to a reporter that is known as a Celtic employee that maybe jumps the gun? It's looking like it. But yeah, Ray, we had to believe what journalists told us back then. And it was journalists that broke the story. There you go. But yes, Celtic just love drama. It's going to be drama FC. This is just typical for Celtic. Their silence is deafening. Heading to the Celtic store for a new tracksuit. What do you think? Martin's heading to the tracks? He would just get one at the Celtic shop in Glasgow Airport. This bird doesn't do anything at all. It's Dermot Desmond, says Paul. Who released the information to Stephen McCowan? He is the guy that spilled the beans. There is his tweet from the 5th. Martin O'Neill has agreed to become Celtic's manager on a permanent basis following talks with Dermot Desmond in London. Interesting. Unless Celtic are about to announce it tomorrow morning, and Martin's maybe been up and he's maybe, I don't know, he's maybe spoke to Celtic media today. Maybe they're going to announce it tomorrow morning at 7 in the morning, and then maybe Celtic will put out interviews with Martin O'Neill through Celtic TV. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. It's a very strange situation, especially when you have the powers of be at Celtic Park telling you that they are world class at everything they do. Oof. Anyway, this is absurd. A new low for Celtic. As a man, I feel I feel pregnant. This drama continues. Can the board do anything right? They behave like they're running a pub team. I've no idea. St Martin is under contract to the end of June. Is he? Why would he be? Why would Martin O'Neill go and explain this? Just because it's on Transfer Market, why would Martin O'Neill be manager until the end of June when the season ends at the end of May? All contracts for football players run out at the end of May, not the end of June. Why would Celtic have a contract that goes into the summer? Can someone explain that? I've got 100 shares, had them for years. Shares in Celtic are always dealing, yeah, but the £1 million one, I mean, that's a big chunk of shares. £1 million in shares. Where is it? There, it's there. That was on Friday. Who unloads £1 million worth of shares at the very time that Celtic are about to announce a new manager? And I tell you one thing, he sold them a week early because he could have got about another 7 pence per share on one load, and another 6 pence per share on. So yeah, he sold before they hit the all-time high, which they've hit this week. Well, they sold them down there. Must have thought it was going to be a dip, but there wasn't a dip in the market. Celtic shares are very buoyant at the moment. Just like this board messing about again, it is that. That's what we do with supporters groups, husband and wife. Shares probably about to crash. Baz, I don't think the shares are. Nah, because the only thing that would make a share price crash is if the company was doing bad. You know, the business was doing bad. Celtic, as a business, is not doing bad. Celtic's just had an input of millions of pounds through people taking up season tickets. It doesn't look like it's a yearly thing when you look at the 5-year stock exchange price. There isn't necessarily a jump when Celtic get their big incomes. As in the end of the season. Why did it jump? Take a dive then? 24. Who cares? Donald Trump is fixing the Celtic stock sell-off. I wish Celtic would share some information about the manager, pardon the pun, Baz. Yeah, I think we all would. And it is making Celtic look like a complete laughing stock. Jez says, completely agree, there's something going on at the club. There has to be. Desmond's looking to sell. No, he's not. That wouldn't. The share price, I've said it before, the share price upsurge all came around when Willie Hockey started saying he was going to pump in 10 million. So anyway, just stick to football, mucker. This is football, mate. It's about the club. It's all intertwined. They might not want you to talk about politics or the finances of the club, but that's what we do as fans. Martin O'Neill's on contract until the end of the month, says James. Talk Sport would have been on the phone. Exactly. You would think that he would have spoken to Talk Sport yesterday if he was the new manager. He usually phones his good pal Jim and Simon Jordan. He usually phones them and at the beginning of the month. I'm just trying to get a bit. There's a bit of information coming about that the Union Bears are currently running about Glasgow trying to cause some hassle. The Union Bears are running about Buchanan Street trying to cause trouble with balaclavas on. That's just coming through to me just now. Folk have been live streaming it on TikTok, I've just been told. So yeah, there's more latest news. He says it's nothing to do with Celtic, but it's obviously due to with everything that happened in Belfast last night, and the Union Bears have decided to run about town in Glasgow, Buchanan Street, trying to cause trouble. The Union Bears riot crew and big folks. Anyway, that's interesting. 4 days ago, it was on the Herald. The fact that they put in, that Steve McCowan put in his report, that Martin O'Neill would sign a 1-year contract with the option of a further year. Crazy. TalkSport would have been on phone. Yes, they would have. Celtic board are all qualified from Basel Faulty Business Communications Company. Ay, ay, ay. Jesus. We are all Delamitri. We're all the last to know what Celtic are doing. The last to know. Oh, you want to laugh, because if you don't, we're due an apology from Packy Bonner. We're due an apology from loads of people in the media, but don't hold your breath for it. Maybe he was up doing media stuff today with the aim to announce it tomorrow. That's the only thing that I could think, that Celtic will announce it tomorrow morning, 7 in the morning, and then put out, he's away back down to London today, back down home, and then he's got to fly back up on Friday. He'll more than likely fly into Edinburgh to go to Kirkcaldy. That's going to be an interesting one if nothing's announced by Friday. Like Kev, get Martin on the phone. And you can't even record the phone calls on iPhones anymore. Anyway, the bookies are paid out on Martin O'Neill. Ladbrokes would take the bet for me, Martin O'Neill, a couple of weeks ago. If you're not careful, the media will have you hating the oppressed and supporting the oppressor. Very true, mate. Very true. Don't get me started with that nonsense. The media are always full of shite. Can't put out half troops to the stock market if not got any background. It's nothing to do with backroom staff. You can employ a manager without. You can employ a manager without having the backroom staff in place. That the backroom staff announcement does not need to be put to the stock exchange. It is only people of real importance, like managers. Don't know when, and just to prove a point, when Brendan Rodgers was made manager, let's get his, because there's a lot of disinformation going about there. Let's get back to the Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers to leave Celtic. We'll read this statement because his backroom staff left at the time. So the stock exchange statement from Celtic. This announcement contains information for the purposes of Article 7 of the Market Abuse Regulations 596/2014, as amended by Regulation 11 of the Market Abuse Amendment EU Exit Regulations 29. Upon the publication of this information, the information is now considered to be in public domain. There's a legal side to what they have to do. Celtic plc confirms that first team manager Brendan Rodgers will leave the club immediately and has today tendered his resignation. The club has accepted. The club would like to thank Brendan for his contribution to the club during both periods of his time at Celtic and wish him success in the future. Former Celtic manager Sean Maloney and former Celtic player Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney have agreed to lead the first team on an interim basis. The process of appointing the next football manager is already underway and will be communicated in due course. Excuse the throat. The Wilfred Nancy one. Wilfred Nancy appointment. Nothing mentioned with his backroom staff. Celtic are pleased to announce the appointment of Wilfred Nancy as club first team manager to replace Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney, who took charge on an interim basis. Wilfred will commence employment from the 4th of December. The Celtic board are pleased to welcome Wilfred and the club to Celtic. They would like to thank Martin, Sean and the other members of the backroom staff for the work done in recent weeks. Nothing to do. Stop putting out false information that you have to wait on Martin agreeing his backroom staff. It is not. If he has agreed the deal with Celtic, Celtic would have put the information out in public domain as legally required by the stock exchange. So can we stop putting out false information, please? Thank you. Because there's enough of it seems to be doing the rounds, and I wouldn't really want this channel and the chat to be spreading rumours, because that's not what we are about. Anyway, let's jump back into the comments section this evening. I'm going to jump to the end of the comments and say, Union Bears, I know a guy from the old ICF. Where did that comment go to? That mob, they're an embarrassment. Fuck, those great guys. They are, aren't they? The sun's full of sticky buns, Malcolm X. The question is, why would Martin O'Neill have a big jacket on in June? Maybe the photos are not recent. I don't know how cold it is in Scotland. He's maybe just came back from a hot country over the last couple of days, getting a bit of sun, and it's went, fuck me, it's freezing. I know that I do. When I come back to Scotland in July, I have a big jacket on because it's Baltic. Anyway. Look up Kenny Ramsey photo shelter. It has 3 pictures of Martin. There we go. Kenny Ramsey. Let's do that. Because it would have been... Where is that? Kenny Ramsey photo shelter. Oh, there we go. Oh, he's got the one. Oh, well, they're the allegations that it is a fake picture has just been... You're talking shite, mate. It's not a fake picture. There is another picture of Martin O'Neill and the Newspaper Groups Limited, the 9th of June 2006. Scotland fans leave for the World Cup in the USA. He was there photographing Scotland fans leaving and seen Martin O'Neill. Where is the other picture? We'll go back one. So there is the 3 pictures. There's the one that is doing the rounds. Martin O'Neill looking right fucking pissed off. And then there is Martin O'Neill making way for the lady. So there we go. And they were all dated the 9th of June. So the pictures, I would say legally, have to be the right date. So there you go. There you go. Imagine someone coming out of the pod when Baz is saying Celtic announced Nancy. Somebody's just have a meltdown, eh, mate? They went, what? That one Celtic fans just said that the Wilfred Nancy's been announced as the Celtic manager. Got meltdown, innit? Proper meltdown. Anyway, there is the 3 pictures. 3 pictures. Oh, oh, oh. Um, with no confirmation yet, this is the important bit, with no confirmation yet forthcoming that he's been given the managerial job at Celtic, Martin O'Neill leaves Glasgow Airport after checking in around 9:40 a.m. So he was leaving Glasgow Airport, something the media didn't want to tell us. He was leaving, he checked in around 9:40 this morning. Interesting. Interesting. So Celtic have had all day to put the information out. Is he or is he not the manager of Celtic? Ooh, it gets a little bit more. And that was today's date. No, it wasn't. Wait a minute. Anyway, it's all fucking balls up. Where the hell is Celtic? There's one set of people that could put the information out there, and he's got a ticket. I'm not zooming into his ticket. Oh Jesus! Yeah, it looks as if that picture was from March, but why would he was the manager in March? So that picture is from March. But then that's not right because it's got Martin O'Neill the 9th of the 6th, but the date on the text says the 9th of the 3rd, 2026. Something, something no right about this. Something no right. Yeah, and it's like you say, why would you hear that big Jackie? Anyway, right, I am absolutely boiling. I need to get that fan pointing over this way. It is, other than that, there's not a lot of Celtic news. A lot of people complaining about the lack of information from Celtic. What has Celtic announced today? Oh yes, that's right. How could we forget? Celtic did put out one piece of information this afternoon. Celtic to host a pure massive pre-season tie against AC Milan. We're happy to share the first of the club's pre-season fixtures. If that's the first pre-season fixture on the 21st of July, they're leaving it late because the league starts at the beginning of August. Let's hope that this one is on the season books. And my sister texted me today and said, "Are you coming home for the football?" Since there's a big game against Milan, I wonder if they will. Yeah. There's something fishy going on. There is that. John, the truck driving legend, is in the house, and he has said, just playing devil's advocates here with no confirmation, could be a spanner in the works. Could it be talks have broken down? Hopefully not, but something is not right about the whole thing. Well, the rumour is that he hadn't 100% agreed to be the manager, and someone jumped the gun, as they say. But you never know. You never know with Celtic. Expect to close. Somebody just phoned his number. It was leaked after all. Yeah, it was leaked, and then he got rid of the number, didn't he? He complained because he had the number for 30 years, and he had to get rid of it. Going to be a long summer. They'll earn hee-haw, not another penny. It won't be another long summer because, listen, my brother will be standing next to Martin O'Neill on Friday night. I will get him to phone him, and I'll ask Martin myself, Martin, what's going on? What is going on? Where did SSN get their info from? Who knows? Who knows? I've messaged 3 different journalists. Here's hoping I get at least one reply, says Michelle. I wouldn't. I doubt it, but you never know. Are they on podcasts? They might give the information out then. Anyway. O'Neill is in Blantyre on Sunday. He's got a busy weekend then because he's in Kirkcaldy. He's in Blantyre on Sunday. I'm going to message the guys from Blantyre then. That on my Facebook. He's in Kirkcaldy. Baz, do a live stream and take the call. Take the call live. I don't know if it would come through on. If I know the timings, I would. But anyway, he's in Kirkcaldy on Friday night. He is in Galashiels on the Saturday night. And then he is in, where was it? Blantyre. Good old Blantyre. There's a yes. Old Brigade. There's a good part of the Old Brigade based out that way. That's all that I'm saying. If you know, you know. Right. Let's just get some more comments in before we finish up this evening. I'll get a face-to-face mails got to get through though. This board treats his fans like a shower of cunts, Baz. Yes, they do. I can be pretty persuasive. Bet you can. Do it live on here. If I get the exact time, I will do, but I'm not sure if it'll come through on the screen. That's the only thing. The audio would come through, wouldn't it? I'd be able to get the audio. Hopefully Celtic will have announced it by then. Because surely Martin O'Neill was not going to go to these events and him getting all the questions every. So Martin, you're going to have a couple of hundred Celtic fans at each event, and they're all going to be going, "What's happening? You're the manager. Fucking what's happening, like, yeah." Especially in Kirkcaldy, he's going to have to deal with that Fife accent. all the Kirkcaldy chives. Oh, I get killed when I go home. Happening Gadge. All that gadget talk. Uddingston on Sunday, Blantyre on Saturday. Well, there you go. He's in Galashiels as well, is he not? He's doing the rounds, like. He's maybe got a double gig on Saturday. Back to Uddingston. Celtic Mad's going on Friday. Good stuff. I'm into higher level financing, the tippy tappy top. We need to get Celtic away from the PLC and Desmond as soon as possible. For any progress, get the true owners with full vision, a rebuild material. True that. If it's not O'Neill or a Keane, who could it be? Anthony Joseph's usually the guy at Sky. Did he say anything about it? Yes, he did. Anthony Joseph will get onto his. Oh, there he's there. What? Atletico Madrid have rejected £150 million from Real Madrid. Woof! That is the Celtic turnover for one player. Breaking news, just in case you're interested.
To bring you, and it involves Real Madrid. They've announced that following the meeting of the board of directors held today, it has made an offer of 150 million euros to Atletico Madrid for Julian Alvarez. Well, after reviewing and evaluating the offer, Atletico Madrid has expressed its gratitude for the proposal made within the framework of the good relations between both clubs and has rejected it, referring to the player's release clause. So they have
150 million quid. I'm trying to get back to the Celtic pre-season. He reported 22. I'll show you. It's easier if I just show you, doesn't it? Because then I can't get accused of making stuff up. Update: Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, Fulham are interested in Arnie Engels. Stephen Welsh, he updated on the 2nd of June. Stephen Welsh has mutually agreed to part ways with Celtic this summer. No Scotland, no party. Welcome to Charlotte. Oh, look. Fans invasion. There we go. 5th of June. Full story. Martin O'Neill agrees to take Celtic manager's job on a permanent basis after Dermot Desmond's talks. And that is the Sky News Anthony Joseph, who's also a Celtic fan. So he's not going to be making shit up, does he? Because he actually goes to games. He's one journal that actually goes to games and stands in beside the Celtic fans. So there we go. That was confirmation that he did post that on the 5th of June. People like that are not going to ruin their reputation by posting information and headlines if there's not true. Did I speak about the new transfer times? Yes, I spoke about that this morning, and by the power of modern telly. No, it's not that one. It's this one. This is the summer transfer window. In case you do not know, the summer transfer window in Scotland opens on the 15th of June. Thanks for reminding me again. Michelle, I did speak about it this morning. And it closes on the 3rd of September at 5 p.m. In January, it opens on the 5th of January. That could hold Celtic back, especially if they're needing to get in a player to play in the derby like they've done before. And the window then closes on the 4th of February at 5 p.m. That is your transfer window for the summer and the winter. Blantyre CSC was my old CSC before you moved, was it? What a small world, mate. What a small world. I've got quite a few of the guys from the Blantyre, and that is a small world because we actually had family from that region, Blantyre. Old brigade stuff. My dad's auntie went away to America to fundraise. She was part of the Blantyre group, as they say. Welcome to the concrete jungle. Maybe we're waiting on Pep. Maybe. The PLC is nothing more than a siphon to the club's finances. Gaffer or no? Well, that's just the question we need to ask. Anyway, if we find out anything, we will jump back on. Lennon, I said months ago, let's hope it's not Lennon. You've messaged Anthony, he replies to me a few times, so hoping he will, as he's a Celtic fan. Hopefully he does. Is Eddie Howe available? Oh, God knows. This is getting an Eddie Howe scenario, isn't it? It was Real Madrid that announced as well. Imagine getting the communication. Yeah, Danny Cassie's in the house. No Eddie Howe. He needs to make up his assistants. Yes. Celtic were offered £1.20 for a new striker. They will that. I'm telling everyone, me and yous are besties. You're connected. To Michelle. Well, there you go. I choose not to renew my season ticket. After 13 consecutive seasons, the board have pushed things too far. Time for some other mug to buy them, says Johnny Boy. Yeah. No party in America, just booze for Trumps. I love giving you an aneurysm. How do you think my throat feels? Looks fake. Martin O'Neill was in press this morning. Sure it was. Just checking that. Because the Monday's a bank holiday, yes it is. I'm going to jump through. No transfer window opens at different times in Spain and England. Yeah, the transfer windows are all over the place. It's the English and European ones are Celtic could outbid Real Madrid. Just go all in. We'll give you every single penny we earn this year for one player, and then we won't be able to pay him. But anyway, right, that has been done and dusted for this evening. Martin O'Neill out. Keane, Jesus God, he's trying to send them over the edge. We've had over 4,100 and 4,300 on the live tonight. Just shows you when there's a bit of Celtic negativity going about. The viewing figures go through the roof. Not bad for 56 minutes. 4,500. Wow. Thank you everyone who has been on tonight. It is getting on. They are interviewing Arnie Slot. Yeah, here's hoping. Right, I shall see you in the morning, because normally there's a little bit of news in the morning. We can only hope and pray and wait that Celtic do put out an announcement at 7 a.m. Celtic Park time tomorrow. We can hold our breath, and hopefully there is something. Anyway, yes, Danny, I'll speak to you tomorrow. There's a new banner outside Celtic Park. Don't go anywhere just yet. We've lost people. We have lost people. That can't be new. It's dark. It's not dark. That cannot be new. You can't hide forever. Come on. What? I'm going to put this picture up on the screen. If you're of a nervous disposition, look away now. If you are of a nervous disposition, because this one really got the board frightened. Here's the banner at Celtic Park. You can't hide forever. It was put up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and there was nobody there to see it, because they took it home with them. I could just leave that on the screen and just like this way. Well, last night then. Why put it out in the middle of the night? In the middle of the night, we're going to tell the board they're shite. In the middle of the night, we're going to tell the board they're shite. Yeah. I shall see you all in the morning. Have an absolutely fantastic day, Celtic fans, wherever you are all around the world. I need to go for a lie down. It's only Tuesday. I can't drink tonight. Jesus, honestly.